A friend's mask is finally slipping, and their true colors are coming into focus. There comes a point when the truth can't stay hidden any longer, and for you that time is now. The veil is lifting, revealing their real intentions. What once seemed unclear is now undeniable. You were right all along. Their words and actions, which once created doubt, are now shining a harsh light on their jealousy and toxic influence. This friend, who once seemed loyal, has been quietly stirring conflict, damaging your relationships, and even trying to cause trouble within your family. But here's the empowering part. You didn't let it break you. You stayed patient, chose the high road, dropped subtle hints about the truth, and carried yourself with grace. Now your patience is paying off. You don't have to defend yourself anymore. The truth is speaking for you. All you need to do is step back, take a breath, and watch as it all unfolds. The whispers, the false accusations, the attempts to make you the villain, they're losing power. People are finally seeing the situation for what it really is. It's clear now. You were telling the truth all along. If you've ever felt that nagging gut feeling about someone close to you, trust it. That intuition was preparing you for this very moment. The lies are falling apart, the negativity is crumbling, and your so-called friend is being revealed for who they are. For those new here, welcome. This is a space for positivity, self-empowerment, and standing tall in the face of negativity. And to my returning viewers, you already know how much I value you. Every time you join in, you help strengthen this community of resilience, truth and growth. As I share this message, know that it's guided by something much deeper than chance. Even if you don't subscribe, the fact that you're here right now means this message was meant for you. This space is open to you whenever you need it, a sanctuary of understanding and encouragement. Now let's dive deeper into this unfolding situation. Someone in your circle, whether it's a family member, a colleague, or a supposed friend, has been working behind the scenes, spreading negativity and trying to create discord. Their actions were calculated, but the truth is unstoppable. It's finding its way to the surface, and their deceit can no longer be hidden. Stay grounded, stay positive, and remember, the light of truth will always outshine the shadows of lies. The truth about influence and control. Sometimes, the people we care about aren't as mentally or spiritually strong as we are. This isn't a flaw, it's simply where they are on their journey. Because of this, they tend to trust the wrong people too easily, especially those they've known for a long time. Longevity of a relationship doesn't always equate to loyalty or good intentions, but for someone who isn't yet fully awakened, it's hard to question what's familiar. They believe what's told to them without questioning it, because they haven't yet developed the strength to discern truth from manipulation. Your role in this situation isn't necessarily to fix them or change their mind. Everyone has free will and a unique path to walk. It's not your job to carry them through their process or force them to see what you already know. Growth happens in its own time. What you can do, however, is offer your support. Be a steady presence. Listen when they need to talk. Guide when they're open to it. And follow the inner wisdom you feel, nudging you to act in love and compassion. The negative things their so-called friend has been saying about you stem from one root emotion: fear. This friend isn't just afraid of losing the relationship, they're terrified of losing the control they have over the person in question. This fear is not about love or care, but about influence and dominance. For years, they've held a mental and emotional grip on this person, dictating how they should think, what they should do, and who they should trust. This manipulative behavior has been a way for them to compensate for their own insecurities, their own lack of value or fulfillment in life. Now, with your presence offering a different perspective, the dynamic is shifting. You've brought light into a shadowed space, and it's causing this controlling friend to lose their grip. The truth is beginning to surface, and their mask is starting to slip. The person you care about is seeing what you've been saying all along. You've been honest, and your intentions have always been pure. For years, this manipulative friend has been operating from a place of fear, weaving lies to maintain control. But lies can only hold for so long before the weight of truth breaks them apart. With your influence and your truthfulness, the person you care about is finally starting to see clearly. They're beginning to realize how deeply they've been manipulated, and they're starting to reclaim their own power. This shift isn't just about exposing the lies, it's about empowering someone to step into their own strength. Your role in this process has been significant, not because you forced change, but because your presence has inspired clarity. Your honesty, your consistency, and your refusal to stoop to the level of negativity have paved the way for this moment. And now, as the truth is being revealed, it's also becoming evident that there are others who pretended to be innocent, but harbored negative intentions toward you. These individuals wore masks of kindness while secretly working against you, driven by jealousy, fear, or insecurity. Their actions were rooted in their inability to face their own shortcomings, and instead, they projected their negativity onto you. As this journey continues, you'll see more masks fall, more hidden intentions come to light. Stay rooted in your truth, and continue to act with integrity. When you operate from a place of authenticity and light, you naturally illuminate the shadows around you. Remember, the truth always reveals itself, and your unwavering commitment to honesty and positivity will always be your greatest strength. The masked pretender, unveiling hidden intentions sometimes, the people who seem to be on your side, are the very ones harboring ill intentions. This so-called friend presented themselves as an ally, someone you could trust, someone who appeared to celebrate your successes and stand by your side. But deep down, their feelings toward you were anything but positive. As someone who carries a bright, uplifting energy, you naturally attract attention. Your light shines so vividly that even those with darker intentions can't help but notice. They may try to mask their jealousy, their envy, or their discomfort, but no amount of pretending can conceal the truth for long. They know who you are, what you stand for, and the positivity you radiate, and that stirs something within them. This person has been acting friendly, even innocent, trying to fool everyone around them. They've woven a web of deception, attempting to manipulate not just you but also those closest to you, your friends, your family, and the people who mean the most. They wear their mask well, portraying themselves as trustworthy, but their true intentions have been lurking beneath the surface. If you've ever had the unsettling feeling that someone has been watching you, observing your every move, not out of admiration, but with a sense of unease, you're not wrong. This person has had their eye on you, and not for reasons rooted in kindness or goodwill. They see the light you carry, the energy you radiate, and instead of being inspired by it, they feel threatened. Your positivity, your brightness, and your strength highlight what they lack, stirring up jealousy and resentment they can't quite contain. It's difficult to navigate a situation like this, especially when someone you care about is caught in the middle. This individual may not yet see what's really happening. They might be blind to the duplicity, unable to recognize the hidden motives of this so-called friend. It's hard to watch someone you care about being manipulated, but you can't force them to see the truth. People awaken to reality in their own time, and their journey of realization is part of their personal growth. What's important to remember is that the truth always finds its way to the surface. No mask can stay on forever, and no amount of deception can withstand the power of light. The person caught in the middle, the one you deeply care about, will start to see through the facade. They'll begin to notice the cracks in this friend's story, the inconsistencies in their behavior, and the subtle ways they tried to sow discord, and when that happens, the dynamics will shift. The person you care about will start to understand the energy you've been bringing into their life, an energy of truth, positivity, and genuine care. They'll realize that the negativity they've been surrounded by wasn't coming from you, but from the one hiding behind the mask. It might take time, and the waiting can be painful, but trust that clarity is on its way. The light you carry is far too strong to be overshadowed by someone else's darkness. Your authenticity and unwavering positivity will always outshine any attempts to undermine you. So, even though it's tough to watch someone you care about remain unaware for now, have faith in the unfolding of events. Every lie, every hidden intention, and every act of deception will eventually come to light. And when it does, your role will remain the same, to be a source of support, a beacon of truth, and a reminder that even in the face of negativity, your light remains unshaken. Soon enough the truth will reveal itself, and the person caught in the middle will see things clearly. When that time comes, they'll recognize the strength, love, and authenticity you've consistently brought into their life. When the truth comes to light, the truth has an extraordinary way of revealing itself, even when others work hard to hide it. Slowly but surely, the person you care about will begin to see this so-called friend for who they really are. It might take time, but the mask will slip, and the patterns will become impossible to ignore. Have you noticed those subtle remarks or small actions that just don't sit right? Perhaps it's an offhand comment disguised as a joke, or a passive-aggressive remark that leaves you wondering about their true intentions. Maybe it's their body language, the way they observe you from the corner of their eye, or the strange feeling that lingers when they're around. Deep down, you've likely sensed that something isn't quite right. That sense of unease you've been carrying is your intuition quietly nudging you to pay attention. It feels like this person has been keeping an unusually close eye on you, almost as if they're tracking your every move. Who are you spending time with? What are you doing? How are you influencing the person they want to control? They may appear friendly on the surface, but their actions suggest otherwise. They seem driven by fear of losing their control, their influence, or their ability to manipulate the situation to their advantage. Their primary goal seems clear: to keep you and the person you care about disconnected. Whether it's through subtle manipulation, spreading negativity, or even creating distractions, their actions are calculated to keep you at arm's length. It's not because they truly value the friendship or connection. They're operating out of insecurity and fear. They're scared of losing their grip, of watching the balance of power shift in a way that leaves them on the outside looking in. But here's the truth: that control they're clinging to is slipping. It's no longer in their hands. The dynamics are shifting, and the light of truth is beginning to shine through the cracks in their facade. The more they try to hold on, the more obvious their intentions become. The person you care about is slowly but surely starting to see the bigger picture. You've likely already done your part. You've shared your thoughts, your observations, and your concerns. But sometimes, people need to come to their own realizations. No amount of explanation can replace the clarity that comes from seeing the truth firsthand. It can be tough to step back and let things unfold naturally, especially when you know what's at stake. But this might be the time to let go and trust the process. As the situation continues to unfold, the so-called friends' influence is diminishing. Their negativity, their low-energy activities, and their attempts to hold others back are being exposed for what they are: distractions designed to keep the person you care about from reaching their full potential. This period might feel turbulent, but it's also a time of revelation. By stepping back, you're not giving up. You're allowing space for growth and understanding. The person you care about will eventually see how this friend has been holding them back, filling their life with negativity, and preventing them from stepping into their own power. And when they do, they'll realize the stark contrast between the toxicity they've been surrounded by and the genuine support and positivity you've brought into their life. Trust that the truth will reveal itself in its own time. You don't need to force it or prove anything. Your energy, your intentions, and your authenticity will speak louder than any manipulation ever could. In this period of revelation, let the truth unfold naturally, and watch as the dynamics begin to shift in your favor. So-called friends' grip is loosening, and their actions are no longer as effective as they once were. The person you care about is waking up, beginning to see the bigger picture, and recognizing the role you've played in their journey toward clarity. The truth is unstoppable, and its light will expose every shadow, revealing what was hidden and setting the stage for healing and growth. Breaking free from the chains of control, it's as if this so-called friend has been working tirelessly to prevent the person you care about from stepping into their full potential. Their actions reek of insecurity, and it's like they're afraid of what might happen if this person finally breaks free. Have you ever heard the saying, "Misery loves company"? That's exactly what's happening here. When someone is trapped in their own unhappiness, unable or unwilling to change, they sometimes try to drag others down with them. Instead of mustering the courage to grow, heal, or improve themselves, they choose the path of least resistance, holding others back. They see the person you care about starting to shift, smiling a little more, finding joy, or even entertaining new possibilities, and instead of celebrating their growth, they intervene. They try to pull them back into the shadows, where they can maintain control, ensuring no one outgrows the limits they've set. It's not that this person doesn't want your loved one to succeed, it's that they fear being left behind. Their insecurity whispers to them that if the person you care about rises too high, they'll no longer have a place in their life. They don't want them to do better, because it would shine a light on their own lack of growth. Their goal isn't to uplift, but to suppress, to keep everything just as it is, stagnant and predictable. But here's the truth, the grip they've maintained for so long is slipping. Their false innocence, their facade of good intentions, is crumbling. They fooled others for a time, but you've seen through their act all along. Now the higher power that governs truth and justice is stepping in. The truth that has been hidden is on the verge of being exposed for all to see. The person you care about, whether it's a relative, co-worker, spouse, or friend, is about to be called out of the fog they've been trapped in for so long. They've been under the influence of lies, negativity, and manipulation. But the illusions carefully crafted by this so-called friend are beginning to fall apart. The threads of deceit are unraveling, and soon there will be nothing left for them to hide behind. This exposure is coming swiftly and undeniably. Everything that's been done in the shadows will be brought into the light. The control this friend thought they had over your loved one's life is about to vanish. The toxic influence that's been holding them back is losing its power. The truth is stepping in to set them free, and nothing can stop it now. As this unfolds, you'll see that everything you felt and observed was right all along. You weren't imagining things, your intuition was guiding you toward the truth. The doubts others may have had about your perspective will fade away as the reality of the situation becomes clear. Everything you've said, every warning you've given, is about to be confirmed in ways no one can deny. Maybe you weren't the one to bring about this dramatic revelation, but you were the one to plant the seed. Your honesty, your integrity, and your refusal to stoop to negativity laid the foundation for this moment. You've been a consistent source of truth, even when others doubted you. Now as the truth finally emerges, this is the moment when clarity replaces confusion and light overtakes darkness. The false friend's grip will vanish, their manipulations will no longer work, and the lies they've spun will be unraveled. The person you care about will step into their own power, free from the chains of negativity that have held them back. As this revelation unfolds, know that your role in this journey was essential. You were the one who stayed rooted in truth, the one who chose integrity over retaliation, and the one who believed in the light, even in the darkest moments. Now the higher power that governs all things is stepping in, ensuring that everything hidden will be revealed, and everything false will crumble. This is the time for freedom, growth, and healing. The truth is here, and it's setting them free. That's all for today. Dear Father, I pray for the growth of my faith. Help me trust you even when physical evidence is lacking. Let me believe in your perpetual presence, knowing you will never harm me. I understand that your thoughts for me are thoughts of prosperity and not harm, to give me a good future. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always listening to my voice. I offer up this prayer to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provision. I am grateful for your presence in my life and the abundance you bring. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below about your journey and how you are preparing for your own triumphant return. If you'd like to support our work, please